This meeting is being recorded. Alert.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is week 5 of rebuilding the PMDG support for TFM. If you like the content that we put out, make sure you press the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are set to always so you get everything that we publish as we publish it. And without further ado, let's get into week 5, the fuel panel. So I have P3D loaded up with a PMDG 737 airplane, and TFM is running.
Desktop list.
Let's go to the desktop. We will open the cockpit panels with left bracket.
Panel tree view.
P.
Level 0 left overhead collapse 1 to 1. Forward overhead collapse 1 to 1. Level 0.
Forward overhead.
Expanded. 0 items.
Expand it.
Level 1 flight controls 1 navigation / displays 1 to 1 level 1. Fuel 1 to 1 level 1.
Go to the fuel panel, and as with all of our panels here, we can access them in 2 different ways, tabbing through them and using hotkeys. We'll do both, and we'll even manipulate a few controls so you can see what that's like. So let's tab through it first.
Fuel temp indicator 66 Alt plus T.
There's the temperature gauge.
Aft fuel grouping. Left aft fuel pump on button. Right aft fuel pump on button.
And with these buttons inside of these groups, the aft, forward, center, and transfer groups, you can press left and right arrows to navigate through
Aft A.
them.
O fuel on button. Aft
Like
D.
I'm
O fuel
doing
on
now.
button. Aft A. O fuel on button. Right aft fuel pump on button. Left aft fuel pump on button. Engine number 2 aft low blank. On unselected.
And once you hit an indicator in a group, then you're going to have to
Engine
tab
number 1 low pressure indicator
or
on.
shift tab until you get out of
Aft
them.
fuel lead off button.
There we
Aft
go.
D. O fuel on button. Aft A. O fuel on button.
Let's turn off the auxiliary fuel.
Space. Pressed. Aft A. O fuel off. Aft A. O fuel off. Aft D. O fuel on. Space. Pressed. Aft D. O fuel off. Aft D. O fuel off. Aft A. O fuel off button. Aft D. O fuel off
And the
button.
buttons reflect the change. TFM also announced it twice.
Aft A. O.
Once for the announcement as it happened, and the other time for the buttons text to change.
Aft D. O fuel off. Aft A. O fuel off button. Space.
Let's turn
Pressed.
them back
Aft
on.
A. O fuel on. Aft A. O fuel on. Aft D. O fuel off button. Space. Pressed. Aft D. O fuel on. Aft D. O fuel on. Aft A. O fuel on
And
button.
the buttons confirm
Aft D.
they're
O fuel
back
on button.
on
Aft
again,
A. O fuel on button.
as TFM had announced them as well.
Aft D. O fuel on button. Aft fuel lead off button. Engine number 1 low pressure indicator on.
There's the aft indicators.
Engine number 2 aft low pressure indicator on. Forward fuel grouping. Left FWD fuel pump on button. Right FWD fuel
Same
pump on
thing
button.
with the forward.
FWDA. O fuel on button.
You can arrow through the buttons.
FWDB. O fuel on button. FWDA.
Left
Right
and right
FWD
arrow.
fuel pump on button. FWDA. O fuel on button. Right FWD
Turn
fuel
them
pump on
off.
button. Left
Turn them
FWD
on.
fuel pump on button.
Let's turn off the fuel. One
Right
of the
left
pumps.
FWD fuel pump on button. Right FWD left FWD
Let's
fuel
do
pump
the
on
left
space.
one.
Pressed. Left FWD fuel pump off. Left forward fuel pump off. Left FWD fuel pump off.
And TFM announces it, and NVDA announces the button text change.
Space. Left FWD fuel
Turn
pump
it
on.
back on.
Left forward fuel pump on. Left FWD fuel pump on. Right FWD fuel pump on button. FWDA. O fuel on button.
Continue
FWDB.
through
O
our
fuel on button.
buttons.
FWD fuel bleed off button. Engine number 1 FWD low pressure indicator on.
There's the indicator, so we
Engine
can
number 2
tab through
FWD low
those.
center grouping. Left center fuel pump on button.
There's the center buttons.
Right center fuel pump
There's
on
only
button.
2 of them.
Engine number 1 CTR low pressure indicator on. Engine number 2 CTR low pressure indicator on. Fuel transfer grouping. Ground fuel transfer on button.
Okay, here's the fuel transfer.
Cross feed off button. Left fuel valve closed indicator closed.
Indicators.
Right fuel valve
we
closed
can
indicator
tab through
closed.
those.
Left star valve closed indicator closed. Left star valve closed indicator closed. Left filter bypass indicator off. Right filter bypass indicator off. Cross feed open indicator closed. Panels preview. Fuel 1 to 1 level 1.
Alright, now we can go through these with the hotkeys. Temperature gauge is Alt plus T as in Tango.
Fuel temp indicator 66 Alt plus T.
Currently 66 degrees Fahrenheit. If you go to settings and check the box that says use a metric, this will turn into Celsius. And if you uncheck the box, it will turn back into Fahrenheit. Alt
Aft fuel
A
grouping. Left aft fuel
is
pump on button.
aft.
Right aft fuel pump on button. Aft A. O fuel on button. Aft B.
And
O
you
fuel
can
aft A.
navigate
O
the
fuel aft
buttons
D.
in
O
here.
aft fuel bleed off button. Engine number 1 low pressure indicator on.
Alt F.
Forward fuel grouping. Left
And then
FWD fuel pump on button.
Foxtrot is
Right
forward.
FWD, FWDA,
And have
FWDB,
arrow through
FWD
the
fuel,
buttons.
FWDB, FWD, engine number 1 F, blank, on unselected. Engine
Tab
number 2
through the
FWD low pressure
indicators.
indicator, center grouping. Left set forward fuel group, engine number 1 FWD low pressure indicator on.
Alt
Center
C
grouping.
is in
Left center fuel
Charlie.
pump on button.
Center.
Right center fuel pump on button. Left center fuel pump on
Can
button. Right center
use
fuel,
the
left
arrow
center, right
keys
center
to
fuel
go
pump on
through those
button.
two
Engine number
buttons.
1 CTR low pressure indicator on.
Tab
Engine
through
number
the
2 CTR low pressure
indicators.
indicator on.
Alt X as in
Fuel transfer
X-ray
grouping. Ground
is
fuel transfer on button.
transfer.
Cross feed off button. Left fuel valve closed
Again,
indicator
you
C.
can arrow
Closed
through
C
these
L
buttons.
O L. Cross feed off ground fuel transfer on button. Cross feed off but left fuel valve closed indicator closed.
Once we get to the indicators,
Right fuel
we'll
valve closed
have to
indicator. Left
tab
star
and
valve
shift
closed.
tab
Left star
through
valve
them.
closed indicator closed. Left filter bypass indicator off. Right filter bypass indicator off. Cross feed open indicator closed. Panels preview. Fuel 1 of 1 level
And
1.
we are back at the tree view for fuel.
Desktop list.
So we'll
TFM build
close
14
that.
of 30.
We'll use right bracket question
TFM
mark
settings
for
dialog.
settings.
Settings categories preview. Level PMDG
Go to
collapsed 1 of 1 level 0.
PMDG.
Expanded. 0 items.
Open it.
Level 1 737 speech events
Go
collapsed
to
1 of 1.
737 speech
Expanded.
events
0
and
items.
open
Level
it.
2 aft overhead collapsed 1 of forward overhead collapsed 1 of 1 level
Go
2.
to forward
Expanded.
overhead.
0 items.
Open that as well.
Level 3 flight controls 1 of navigation slash displays 1. Fuel 1 of 1 level 3.
And we are looking for fuel right there.
Fuel temp indicator checkbox not checked Alt plus T.
And again, as always, these settings will allow you to turn off the automatic announcements of these
App grouping.
controls
Left
and
app, right app switch.
indicators. If the box is checked for an indicator or a control, TFM will automatically announce it as it changes. If it's unchecked, it will remain silent.
App OA switch checkbox checked. App OB switch checkbox checked.
All of the fuel controls
App
and
lead switch checkbox
indicators
checked.
are in here.
Engine number 1 low pressure indicator. Engine number 2 low pressure indicator checkbox checked. FWD grouping. Left FWD pump switch checkbox checked. Right FWD pump switch checkbox not checked. FWDO switch checkbox checked. FWDOB switch checkbox checked. FWD bleed switch checkbox checked. Engine number 1 low pressure indicator checkbox checked. Engine number 2 low pressure indicator checkbox checked. Center grouping. Left center pump switch checkbox checked. Right center pump switch checkbox checked. Engine number 1 low pressure indicator checkbox checked. Engine number 2 low pressure indicator checkbox checked. Transfer and cross feed grouping. Ground transfer switch checkbox checked. Cross feed switch checkbox checked. Left fuel valve indicator checkbox checked. Right fuel valve indicator checkbox checked. Left spar valve indicator checkbox checked. Right spar valve indicator checkbox checked. Left filter bypass indicator checkbox checked. Right filter bypass indicator checkbox checked. Cross feed indicator checkbox checked. OK button.
And the
Cancel
OK
button.
and
Settings
cancel
categories
button.
preview. Fuel 1 of 1 level 3.
And since we didn't change anything,
Desktop list.
Alt
TFM dev
F4.
build.
And we have covered all of the fuel panel settings. Again, this is week 5 of the PMDG 737 rebuild series. Hope you like the content. Again, press the subscribe button and set your notifications to always so you get everything we publish as we publish it.
Meeting controls window.
And we will see you during week 6.